Welcome to the Organic Section podcast. This episode is really special. I have my friend Jett with me. Jett is the host of the StreetCast podcast. Welcome, Jett.
Thank
you. Yeah, man, Jett is the reason why I have microphones. We met in the barbershop, and he recommended that I get a microphone and start talking into it, and here we are. So tell us about the StreetCast, bro.
Improvised street talk show. Talking to whoever wants to talk to me and just laughing with them, having a good time.
Yeah, man, it's a dope show. You can see it on YouTube. You can see it on Spotify. It's filmed in Colorado Springs, downtown, and in Manitou Springs, down in their area. And he just grabs people off the street and he interviews them and makes everybody a star.
That's a great way to put it. Yeah. It's just highlighting people's highlights, I guess, you know.
Yeah, it's a dope show. Yeah, we met. This guy's he's a little bit younger than me, but he's a really good dude, man. He much grown for his age, I would say. I don't know a lot of people his age that would have a business plan or see a plan through like that all the way to the end. It's really commendable. Proud of him.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's cool to see you doing this too.
Yeah, stay on it, you know. You gotta stay with it. So what's been going on in your life, bro? What do you think of the world right now?
It's going great for me. In my small bubble, you know. Shit's crazy always, obviously. But yeah, it's chill, you know. The show, like my show, is like very local. Like I don't like to talk about the big shit. I don't like to talk about what's going on across the globe, you know. I want to talk about the funny shit that's going on in your life, you know. So for me, it's always good. I keep it small, local.
That's good, man. Yeah, but you're on YouTube, Spotify. He and I are both podcasters, so we were here looking at these ways to sponsor it. What do you see yours in the future? Where do you see it going?
I don't know. Just very, very similar, but just like kind of chiseling out the feel of the show a little bit more. You know, I think it is already a unique show, but just finding the groove with it and really knowing what the show is and what it isn't. Right now is like very experimental. I don't know what it is.
But you're 2 seasons in?
2 seasons in.
Yeah, and he started getting into shorts, highlighting shorts. That's taking you pretty good, huh?
Yeah, that's how you do it. I think that's how you do it. Like the most traction you'll get probably is from those.
You've got one that's got 400,000 views, right?
400,000, yeah.
There you go, man. That's big, man. How many shorts do you think you have in general?
Oh man, a lot, over 100.
Wow, that's big, man. How many episodes are in each season?
That's something I want to figure out too. Like, what I mean by like figuring out how the show works, because the first season only had like 10, and you know, this season I've just been having a great time with this season, going out at night in front of the bars. It's just a great time. So I've just been filming a shit ton more, you know, and so I have 13 episodes out right now, but probably like 5 more in the bank, you know, and I'll probably keep filming a little bit. So I might have like 20 episodes.
Yeah, I've noticed from the first season into the second season, you really found your groove. You can tell that you're more comfortable as a host and asking questions and talking with the people. It's really interesting to watch you. It's really encouraging to watch you grow. I've had a good time with watching your development of the show. It went from a daytime show. The first season was mostly in the daytime, and the second season is nighttime, huh? You like the night better?
It seems like the right setting for the show. Yeah. Looking back at season 1, I'm like, damn. Hey. Daytime Manitou is maybe not the vibe for this.
Yeah, you got to start somewhere, but I'm glad you found the groove, because the second season, with it being at night, people are looser.
Yeah.
And they're more willing to talk to you. It's really funny. There's a lot of funny moments that you catch on camera with people just regular in the street.
It's crazy what alcohol does to people, man. Like, you know, I was begging people to be on the show for the first season in Manitou, you know, because people are like, maybe they're on break from work or they're going to meet a friend or whatever. And they're just like really hesitant to just like sit down on a podcast spontaneously. You get a couple drinks in you, you're ready to go. You don't even know what it is. You're like, I'll talk, you know?
Yeah, it's really
way different.
So what do you like about being a host of a podcast? Because you do all of it. You do the hosting, the editing, all the production. That's all you.
Yeah, yeah,
Nice.
yeah. Well, it's entertainment for me, like the whole thing. Like I create it because if you know Colorado Springs, like it's not a super jump in city. You know what I mean? Unless you're talking about like outdoors kind of stuff. There's not a lot going on. So being able to like create my own fun, setting up a table and just like talk to people, it's people open up a lot more than I think they would have if you
Yeah.
just didn't have a microphone. Right. So having that microphone, being the host, people are they'll tell you about their whole fucking life.
And what kind of microphone do you use?
I use a DJI 2
DJI too. And what program do you use to do your editing and your production?
Premiere Pro.
Premiere Pro. And that's on an Apple.
Yeah, I use a Mac.
Nice, man. Nice. And what got you into wanting to do a podcast?
Boredom, like a boredom with the city. Like I'm not really. I kind of was into climbing more so when I started the show, but that's Colorado's thing, right? It's like that kind of outdoor hiking, climbing. But I wasn't crazy about it either, and I'm also not crazy about just going out to the bars and like drinking and all that stuff. That's not me either. So I like talking to people. I like old school YouTube. These people that just like had an idea, started filming it, and just had a lot of fun with it. So I just wanted to do that. And it's like, yeah, it's just like my entertainment now. I get out there, film the show. That's fun as hell. And then I get to come home, edit it all together into a like funny, highlights of the night kind of thing, and just watch it through and laugh.
Do you have a crew or you just solo?
I got my homie Angel. I used to work with Angel, and he films the show for me now. He films with the second camera.
Yeah, because now you started out one camera, now you're two cameras.
Well, I had two cameras, but like looking back, they were both shitty angles. So like they were both stable, and they were just like I wanted more motion. Like after watching the first season, I wanted somebody to be able to zoom in, move around, be dynamic. And so that's what Angel is doing for me now. I have one camera set up just in front of the table, so you always get essentially what's going on. And then Angel is there zooming in on people's faces. Maybe they have something in their hand. He's looking at that,
Catching moments.
Yeah,
man.
Being in the moment. Yeah.
So do you like the process that you learn along the way? Because when you start out, it starts out one way, and then it almost seems like every episode that you record grows. It's a little different every episode. The next one's better than the last one every single time. Have you noticed that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, that's like it's a huge motivation to keep making the show, because I'll make an episode where I'm like, I didn't know it was gonna go like that, but I love it. The production, I didn't know that I wanted it to be like that, or why did I ask that question? It's just like all new. And so I make a video that I'm like, did not expect to make. I love it. And I'm like, man, it really shows you that like this show could be totally different in a year, and it could be something that I love way more, and I don't even know. So I better just keep making it and figuring out how I want it to go.
Where do you see it in 2 years? Because you're gonna definitely make more seasons.
Yeah.
You do them all. You release them as you film them and edit them, or do you hold on to them?
So the first season, I didn't know how to edit anything. I had never made something like this. So I was really unsure about my ability to film the episode and then edit it in a timely manner and release it. So what I did was just film the whole season, kind of edit it along the way, and start releasing it all once I was done with the whole thing. This new season, I'm more confident about being able to edit it and produce it. So I film it, maybe like 2-3 weeks later, the video will come out.
That's tight.
Yeah.
That's nice. So you pretty much always downtown. Do you have any vision to take it anywhere else?
100%. Like I said, like Colorado Springs is kind of lame. I don't want to hate on the city too much. This is my home, but there are way more. There are better cities for this kind of thing, I think. So the fact that I think this show is really fun to do in the Springs is a good indicator that I should go other places with it. You know,
I think it'll only grow if you do that. If you were to go to Denver and make a season, and
Yeah.
then LA or any other,
Yeah.
just make it. That's a good way of looking at it. You could go like, all right, this season is like the Real World. Remember
Yeah.
the Real World on MTV? How they had different. You might be too young for the Real World, but
I'm not familiar.
yeah, it was a show. It was like where reality TV came from. It was MTV's. They would put 8 strangers in a house in a city, and then they would just film them. But they started doing it all over the world, and that's how they grew that show. And that might be a good way for yours to kind of go. Like if you went to Denver for a season, and because if you think about it, you could get a hotel up there for a weekend, and you could film enough footage to make a whole season.
Mm. Yeah, and that's how I'm looking at it with everything. Go to Austin for a week, film every night, and then I have 7 episodes.
That's a great way to look at it. That's a good way to look at it for growth too. Austin's a pretty dope city. It looks like. I would love to go there and visit.
Yeah, I have a homie, Devin, who's trying to make a documentary in the city about like people who work at night, and he wanted to film a comedian. And I was looking up shows, and there was a show with JJ Alexander who just won a golden ticket on Kill Tony. I don't know if you know him.
Yeah, I'm a Kill Tony fan.
Yeah, but he's a local, Colorado Springs comic, just won a golden ticket. And so we went to his probably his last like really small show that he's going to do here in the Springs. And he kind of was super down for us to film a little scene with him in Austin. So I might have the opportunity, but that would be sick.
That would be really sick. So the whole show is improv.
My show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have any direction that you want to it's organized chaos.
Yeah, I just want to keep it local. I just want to keep it like focused in on the person I'm talking to and their perspective on general things. Like I don't want sometimes somebody's whole personality is something external like politics. That's not very fun to me. Like I have to kind of accept it every once in a while because that might be your whole thing. That might be you. I want to know about you, and that might be it, right? But like, ideally, if you told me like one really funny story about when you were in high school, some crazy shit happened. That's the best.
Yeah, that's sort of like barbering. With everybody's different. Everybody that sits in your chair is different, and they all have different personalities and masks and with your show you get to kind of dig into there a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, 100%.
That's pretty dope. You get to see how people are different and what they think, and it's weird when you put a camera in somebody's face how they act, isn't it?
It is weird. It's surprising to me how comfortable a lot of people are, because I don't think I would be. I don't think that I would sit down on my show if it weren't mine. You know what I mean? If I just saw it, I would be like really weary of the camera and the microphone and what does this guy want, so. But
you find people open up pretty easily for you, don't they?
Yeah, a lot of people do. I think it's telling when somebody sits down in the first place. It's like, okay, you're a certain type of person that's ready to go and just like do something spontaneous like that. So a lot of people open up. It's interesting when people sit down and they're very anxious, because I'm like, well, you had the confidence to sit down, now you're here and you're like,
go all the way with it, might as well, yeah. But they get resistant.
They get it. Yeah, some people don't like that it's about them. That's what I've found. They're like, they'll sit down and they think maybe it's about, I'm going to ask them a general question about dating or politics or whatever, and I'm like, no, it's about you. I want to know something funny or interesting about you. And they're like, oh fuck.
That's a really good angle to take for a show, because there isn't very many shows that I don't think there's any shows that are really that, where you're just, because we talked about it in the early days when I got these microphones. We sat down and we made an impromptu episode that I haven't ever released, where we were just chit chatting, and I saw your gears working where you were going, and then the next time I saw you had a logo and you had a concept and an idea, and it was really inspiring for me to see that. For you to go that direction, and then where you've taken it, to me, is pretty amazing, man. You really should be commended for that, because there isn't very many shows that just stick the camera in front of somebody and go, "What? Tell me about you.
Mm-hmm.
What's something about you?" But what's something about, since we're on the topic, what's something about you, bro?
See, that's my least favorite when people try to flip it on me, bro. Because I'm like, right now, I usually say like right now it's the interesting thing that I'm doing is the show, because like you said, there's not a lot of people doing something like this. Just kind of an improv show on the street. But other than that, I'm a pretty basic, normal dude that doesn't really.
I'm glad I'm getting this interview with you now, because I have a feeling in 5 to 10 years you're not going to answer my phone calls anymore, bro.
Well, I appreciate you saying that.
You're going to be a busy guy.
I don't think so, bro. I think I mean, I'm gonna hope to be successful, but I don't want to be that guy not answering phone calls.
Do you want to do it professionally? Like that's like if somebody was to go, "I'll write you a check and you just do this."
It would be great to make money. My problem would be, somebody telling me what to ask people or where to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, obviously, I'd love to make money off of it.
Yeah, you would just keep your ground and go, "Look, the show is what it is. If you want to invest in it, cool. If not, stand your ground with it." But that's a good way to look at it. So you went to school here in the Springs?
Yeah.
Yeah, from here your whole life. Where do you get your entrepreneurship from?
Well, my mom's an entrepreneur, so she's kind of a like, fuck the system kind of a lady, So I think her ideal for her kids would probably be that we all find what we want to do and make our own path. And she did that. She owns a store in the Springs.
Plug it. What's it called?
Redo Consignment.
Nice.
REDOUX.
Nice, man.
And so that was kind of her play, and I kind of got lucky when I was a kid, because this old lady in my neighborhood, she was getting knee surgery, and she's stopped me and she was like, "Hey, can you walk my dog for like 3 months while I'm recovering?" And I was like, whatever. I didn't have shit going on. I was like, hell yeah. And it just kind of snowballed from there. A bunch of people started asking me to walk their dogs, and I had a whole ass business. And just like, I was like, this is great. I'm not paying taxes. Fuck the government, and yeah, just making my own money with something that I want to do.
That's dope. So you have a dog walking business too?
Not anymore. That was like years ago. But I think it's a great business. If anybody out there is trying to be an entrepreneur, it's pretty easy. Yeah, it's great.
So your next season, where do you think you're going to do season 3?
I don't know. It might still be here, depending on my availability, or freedom at the time with work and stuff like that. But I don't know. Ideally, at least a different state. That would be really cool if I have the opportunity to do that.
Yeah, that Austin trip sounds like a good one for you. That'd be a
Denver's cool. Denver would be very different. It's just it's a little bit sketchy in Denver. You know what I mean? Yeah. If I'm going on like Colfax, it's me and my cameraman, and so that's a little sketchy. There are some times in the Springs where I wish I had security. So, you go to a bigger city like Denver, it's like, yeah.
Tell me about that. When was the time you thought you needed security?
Some crazy shit has gone down. Most of the time it's pretty chill. But some dude got jumped on my show, like, had to be like 2 months ago now. But I was just talking to this guy, and it wasn't going great. It wasn't a great interview or whatever. And this dude on the sidelines is talking shit. He's like, this guy ain't got shit to say about like let me on the show. I'm like, hold on, wait your turn. And he just keeps talking shit, and this dude I'm talking to gets up and just starts beating the shit out of him, bro. And I'm like, meanwhile, I was asking this dude like if he has a dream, like super chill. And just start beating the shit out of this guy with his homie. So that was rough. I wasn't really, in the crosshairs there. But
did you put that episode out?
No, I didn't. I don't really. I think maybe someone else would be like, oh, that's great. That's great content. Like, we got that, But it was kind of fucked up to me to just, like, post somebody getting his ass beat.
Yeah, that's not nice.
Because it's like not really what the show is about either. You know, it'd be kind of like out of pocket to just throw it and like, here's this dude
getting his ass whooped in the
getting
middle of the
his ass
street.
whooped, like.
You might have got some views from it, but I can see where you're saying it's not the avenue, it's not the direction of the show.
Yeah.
So you said you were asking him about his dreams?
Yeah.
What are your dreams, bro?
Just to like the entrepreneurial dream in whatever form that takes, just to have my own thing going on. I don't want to, ideally, I don't want to be working for somebody, taking orders that I don't want to execute. You know what I mean?
That's fair. Yeah, me either.
Yeah.
Me neither.
I think that's a pretty general dream, but it's, you know, it's fair, I think.
It's a good place to start.
Mm-hmm.
So being raised by a mother that says fuck the system, pretty much, how do you think that played into your psyche as a person?
That's a good question.
Because not every, some parents have expectations and standards, and the love isn't necessarily conditional. It's not unconditional. It's a little bit conditional. Like if you're doing the right thing, then they're going to love you. And if you're not doing the right thing, then, hey, you better get it together.
Yeah.
Where my parents, they didn't really have a lot of expectations for us. They didn't put much pressure on us to have, live up to a standard or anything. They just wanted us to behave and do the right thing. And my parents were entrepreneurs too. So it's kind of, that's why I was wondering, from one kid like that to another kid, what did you pull from that?
Yeah, so we probably align on that. Because my mom, she doesn't have any specific hopes for us other than just that we figure out what we want to do
and what makes you happy, pretty much, right?
Yeah, do what makes us happy and do it well. And like when I always hated when I was little, and people would be like, "What do you want to do when you grow up?" Because I didn't know, like most people, and so I didn't know what to say. And so I asked my mom, I was like, "What the fuck do I say when somebody asks me that?" She's like, "Just tell them you want to be happy."
Yeah,
that's like, it's like,
sounds like a good mom.
Yeah, well, and she believed that too. So yeah, I mean, so sometimes I feel like there's a chance that you have that kind of upbringing and you feel kind of aimless, and you're like, well, maybe my mom should have pushed me to go to college or pushed me to do this, that. I don't know. I like the freedom. I might fuck everything up, but at least I did it. You know what I mean?
It was on your own token.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mine were like that too. They didn't put any pressure on me to go to college or become this professional, anything. They were just kind of like, whatever makes you happy, man, do that. And then you won't work real hard. You'll always be doing what you love. That's pretty much what they taught me too, was just to find something I'm good at and that I like doing, and then just do that. Yeah. Figure out a way to get paid.
Yeah. That's fucking beautiful.
That's what I want to do with this podcast eventually, is find some form of monetization where it doesn't have to be my full income. It'd be great if it was, but just something. Be nice.
Well, dude, I listened to your last podcast that you dropped with your friend. You're super natural, bro. Like, it feels like you tune into it and you're like, this guy's been doing it a while, and you don't really have that many episodes out.
No, this will be number 4 or 5.
No, but it seems like you know what you're doing.
Oh, thanks, bro. Yeah. Well, I think it comes from being a barber, because a barber is main job is to make the guy in the chair feel like the king, and make him feel better when he leaves, and listen to him, and you talk to him, and you learn about him, and that's kind of what this is. Just asking questions. And
that's fucking beautiful. That's what my show is too. Like a lot. It's funny. Like people will step off of the show and they're like, "Dude, you're so fucking awesome. Like, thanks for doing it." And I'm like, I just like, they didn't learn shit about me, but they're like, "You're awesome," just because I listened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's like being a barber too. People will really like you just for listening to them, because most people don't.
Yeah, most people don't listen like that. Have you ever read the book, the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People?
I've heard of it. I haven't.
By Stephen Covey. That's one of the lessons in that book, is to listen to understand. Yeah. And most people don't listen that way. They listen to prepare what they're going to rebuttal, but they don't really listen to understand what you're actually saying to them. Yeah. And I try to do that with all my conversations.
That's something I need to work on still. Because sometimes on the show, I know that I'm on camera, and there's a little bit of like, I have to have a good like follow-up question for this guy. And so maybe I'm not listening as presently as I should.
But you're a really naturally inquisitive person, though, because it shows the nature of your show is you're asking questions.
Yeah.
Do you ever find that people are hesitant or reluctant?
Yeah, 100%. And I'm pretty. I don't know. I don't know if I'll kind of get. I don't know if I'll kind of change my approach to it later, but right now I'm very like, if you don't want to go there, let's not go there. Like, I don't. It's fine. My thought is like, I'll find someone else that wants to go there. If you don't, I don't want to exploit anybody. I don't want anybody to, especially because people are drunk. I don't want somebody to sit down and kind of share too much and then DM me.
Like, hey, bro, don't put that out.
It's
please.
happened, bro.
Has it really?
Yeah, people DM me and they're like, hey, I was really drunk when I was on your show, and I said that I said where I work and stuff like that. Like, please don't.
Oh wow. So you don't do any like releases or consent forms or anything like that?
No, I don't think you have to.
Really?
No. So a different time where shit kind of got a little scary, where I was like, man, I wish I had security. This girl sits down on my show, and I may end up releasing this at some point. This girl sits down on my show, and she's really drunk, and I can tell immediately. And so I'm like, hey, I don't want to exploit you right now. Like, you're not gonna remember this. You're gonna DM me tomorrow. Let's just cut it off here. And she's so drunk that she's like not getting up, and she's like, I want to debate you, blah blah blah. I'm like, this isn't
a debate show.
This isn't a debate show. So you don't even know what this is. And so I tell her friends, there are two girls, her being one of them, and then two guys. And I tell her friends, I'm like, can you come get your girl? Like, I'm trying to get my show going. And originally they're helping me out. They're like trying to pull her off the show nicely. And the other girl is like talking shit to me too for whatever reason. She's like, why don't you talk to her? Blah, blah, blah. And so they like pick her up and like carry her away. And I tell Angel, my cameraman, I'm like, yo, film that. So it was funny. It looked funny, him like picking her up like she's a kid and just like she's kicking and screaming or whatever, just being crazy. And I was like, that's good B-roll, right?
Yeah.
And so Angel's filming that, and one of the dudes looks over and sees us filming, and he walks over, tries to grab the camera. He's like, why are you filming us? And he throws my lens hood on the ground and just is like in my face and like trying to intimidate me, whatever. And his other homie is over by my main camera, like trying to take it off the tripod or whatever. And my girlfriend was actually there, kind of protecting that camera. She's like, yo, get away from this shit. And he puts his hands on her, and I'm like, oh fuck. Like, I yell at this dude, I'm like, get away from her, bro. Like, what are you doing? But I'm sitting there like, I don't have security. This guy might fuck me up, bro.
Yeah. That sounds scary. And high liability too, a little bit.
Yeah, because I'm like,
yeah, I noticed you're a natural, man. Like, when I watched the first episode, and then I watched the whole first season, and then when the second season came out, I went, oh, this guy, like, he's gotten into his character of who he is on this show, and you're more confident with it, and you can tell your impromptu questions and rebuttals to the people are on point. And I was like, I showed my wife, we watched, that's how I knew it was good, bro, because like she's a hard sell on shows. And when she watched it, she was like laughing, like belly laughing at your show. And I was, that's awesome, dude. There was an episode where there was a dude and a girl. She was way too drunk in the background of the episode, and she was sitting on the ground, and for the whole episode he was like trying to get this girl, do you know what I'm talking about? Where he was trying to get her up off the ground. And I thought about that, like, wow, I bet this is I bet he's seen some stuff recording this show.
Yeah, it's surprising. Because like I said, I'm not into the downtown club life at all. So yeah, it's cool being able to do the show and get like see it all happen, but not actually be a part of it.
Like a fly on the wall.
Yeah, it is a little bit like that. Yeah.
But you are a part. I've noticed that as the show progresses, you've made yourself like a downtown staple almost, in a way.
People have started to know the show, which is really cool. People walk by and be like, "Yo, StreetCast."
Yeah.
Which is
that's gotta feel good, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so it's like I'm doing something.
The show is mainly on YouTube, and hold on, I think we might have to wrap this up. We've been with Jett. It's been great, man. I'll catch you on the flip.